I was just thinking after listening to Jane Goodall again. And I started wondering what caused me to flip like that in Tapachula. That whole thing with the pigeon and the bus and the room with the mold in it, and I went completely AWOL for 3 days. And some really extraordinary stuff happened in those 3 days. I went up to Cacahuatan and walked up the road. Brugmansia plants growing. They look like the same white, pink and red, or white, pink and yellow flower. And I thought there's a curandero that lives here. So I walked through the coffee plantation and I came across this beautiful house. And there's a guy living in it. He's got an entire system of fish ponds, like of which John Todd would be very impressed. It was a system of water cultivation, and we had a coyote locked up in a cage. The coyote was pacing around. He had these ducks, and we talked about Catholicism, and we talked about Christianity and traditional shamanism, and wow, it was something else. I was on that was a 3-day trip. Really extraordinary. Anyway, I was thinking about that also because there's this guy here who I talked to before. He's really nice. He collects bits of stuff that he thinks will be useful to make something. And some kind of machine. I used to do that when I was a kid. I would find things. I just think about the potential of. That was the whole electronics thing for me. Was thinking about what these things could do. I was never very good at actually making them do stuff. That's harder. And I was also thinking about Robin Milner dying 3 days after his wife died. That just may have been grief. These things, and not talking and ignoring me when I'm worried about the way all my friends are dying. That's not fair. I'm particularly upset about Karen Spartan-Jones. that, I think. I think I've almost got enough for the hotel tomorrow as well. What a day. I'm going to go back up to the plaza at 4 and see if something else is going to happen. I didn't quite catch what she said about 4 o'clock. I wrote somewhere something about all this technology, and I said, I wrote something like, one day we're going to do it all with our mind. But I don't expect anybody to believe that. But maybe it's me that's being slow to catch on.